Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second adventure in the Now It Can Be Told series brought to you by Portuguese Navy. Not really, but
Are you trying to have a serious session?
I'm expecting a letter from them like, "Hey, you need to stop it, you Carlajo," and I'll be like, "Hey, buddy, it's tut mir leid." That's what I'll say. So when last we were together, the passengers of the Sao Cristavo wrecked on a deserted island and met the crew of another ship, uh, loosely uh, loosely translated as the Grand Charger, uh, uh, who came from Venus and were able to get their ship repaired and leave their nine surviving crewmates behind to watch the island, and headed promptly to the summer palace, I believe, of
Mhm.
the of of His Majesty King John III of Portugal, who I will not try to pronounce in the Portuguese manner because someone who speaks Portuguese may laugh at me yet again for trying.
You have to bark it. That's
Zhao,
all.
Zhao. Is that right?
Yeah,
Well,
something
like,
like that.
Close enough, right?
Yeah, close enough. Yeah.
Okay.
that's how you
so,
pronounce
so do people actually name anyone that anymore, or
Yeah,
Yes.
it is still a
okay?
very common word.
Yeah. It's a common name. Yeah, it's like it's like John.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. So yeah, so you guys sat down and were met by palace guards who uh, had to figure out who you were. So you've been convalescing for a day or two before anyone of any import will do anything other than just sort of make sure that you're okay. And then finally, you are met by a minister uh, of the king, Augusto, who is like, His Majesty is in residence and wishes at his earliest convenience to speak to you. If you'll please assemble in the next few minutes in in the green room, and
Only us or also the visitors?
the visitors are already being
Okay.
escorted there. At any point during your time with them, did they show any inclination towards harm?
Mm, I don't think so. They are quite harmful, not harmful,
Armless.
harmless.
His Majesty is keen to meet with them, but there is some concern for his safety.
Oh, as there should be, but I don't think they are, menacing.
They
I
are
do
good
not get the
savages.
yes, I do not get the impression that they would raise a hand against God's anointed king. I think there's a great opportunity here for us to share the true faith with them.
He nods. Yes. Speaking of, you're going to find out soon enough, so may as well say now. His Holiness has sent an emissary as well, which is somewhat strange in that he came from Rome and he had to have set out some time ago to have arrived for this. You've had no communication with anyone before us, correct?
Nope.
Not at all. I wonder if the Holy Father had a vision, or if perhaps they had contacted him beforehand.
He has made comments to the effect that the Holy See was aware of this possibility in advance, and that they had made certain observations in preparation for this. But it is wholly strange that they knew to send the emissary here.
To
Hmm.
this location.
Yes, to this palace.
Well, that's strange.
It is. It has been a week for strangeness. So
Well,
The Holy Father will soon have to make a decision as to how the heavens shall be apportioned, now that we know that there are peoples there in need of conversion.
yes, there's been much discussion of this, and there's some fear that the decision may have been made a considerable time ago.
Well, it seems like that's how things happen sometimes. I certainly had no reason to think that my dear cousin would end up having his head chopped off for talking out of turn, but that happens. It seems life is full of these kinds of strangenesses.
Indeed, my other mission until this occurred was looking to the safety of Erasmus, who is having his own issues with the similar problems elsewhere in Europe. So each of us to our own. I'll leave you to prepare yourselves, but at your earliest convenience, please.
thank you.
Thank you.
Of course.
And then he clicks his heels and heads away from.
So,
So now it's time for me to put on my my gold chain of office and my fine, robes, and I guess we're going to prepare to meet the king, guys.
Yep.
yep, I hope that, well, he let us go as emissaries of Portugal and Crown to Venus and try to establish a, a commercial and, why not, faithful relationship between the two nations.
And I'm assuming, since you guys were going to be luminaries in the Indian colonies, that you have your various accoutrements of state
Yeah.
such in your luggage.
Yeah, I will put my viceroy accoutrement and all the rings and whistles and bells and all of that. Yeah.
Right.
Maybe you'll be viceroy of Venus soon.
Your big diamond
Who
chain,
knows? Yeah.
this baller on it. Yeah.
I spy the heavens and see such regularity. I do not think I would mind having a portion of them as my estate.
But
of course, I would be sure to propagate the faith throughout the territory assigned to me.
well, but I think the most problematic part of this, I think it's Mars, right? The Venus man told us that Mars is warfare country, planet. I don't know. Perhaps.
They're the Spanish of the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
Como está, Casa de Mars?
Please don't do that.
So let's see. In what year is this again?
It is 1525.
Okay, so John III is king of Portugal.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Okay.
And he is fairly new in the position.
Yeah, only 4 years.
A few years, and yeah, he's in his early 20s, but he's already considered kind of a child prodigy in certain ways. But he's got a little roughness to him, apparently.
A piediso. Oh, okay.
And
So
also, he's got
guy.
like boy band hair at the moment. He's got.
Oh, don't tell me he's an emo guy, boy.
No, but he looks like Prince Valiant,
Okay,
had a bit of a hippie phase.
Well, shall we? Let's not keep our king waiting.
Yes, of course.
There you go.
Another fun fact about King John III was his stepmother was supposed to be his wife, but when
Yeah,
his father was became a widower, she married him instead, and yeah, that's what led him to be all pious after
mm,
that, apparently. So
No kidding. Yeah. So let's see. So he hasn't established the Portuguese Inquisition yet, which is good.
no, it's too early for that.
Uh, his
yeah,
brothers will be made, if not already made, cardinals. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he's pious, all right, as he tortures people.
yeah. People who
Will you
don't
not?
follow
Will
the
you not
faith.
accept the Holy See?
well,
Mm,
at present, he's known for being a big proponent of what's now known as medieval humanism, which is basically the
good.
idea of getting the church back to um, source documents and doing away with a lot of the cruft of medievalism. So,
To be fair, my understanding is he was kind of pressured into it anyway.
well, his tutors definitely seem to stack that way. So,
Yeah.
so speaking of, yeah, there are three his three tutors and he are in the room already by the time you're escorted in, along with a phalanx of guardsmen on task to all looking kind of nervous. And when you walk in the room, they give you a look like, yeah, no blue skin, okay,
No.
like none of them is a rock, none of them is a living rock. Like they seem relieved to see Portuguese people walk in.
And a Briton.
Yeah.
No, they don't seem pleased about that.
I,
I'll take no notice. I
yeah,
am the Lord Admiral after all.
I take a bow and say, Your Highness.
He he nods to everyone, and uh, passes through dutifully for his cousins and retainers, and then finally pauses before the sister, like, sister. Uh, it's my understanding that all of you found yourselves in a very strange situation, and we only have a few minutes before His Holiness's emissary joins us. So I'd like to get your first impressions. And of course, sister, I'm not asking you to. I'm not asking you to try to pick any side but the truth here.
Well, Your
What are
Highness.
these things?
Well, Your Highness, I think this is a remarkable opportunity for the Portuguese crown to make strong allies that are, technological ahead of us, and this could be quite fruitful to us.
I agree with that. Yes, I think this could be a very advantageous position if we ally with it.
We've had a chance to look at the ship, but I was not allowed to go very close to it. He says, looking pointedly at the guard captain, who looks like he would like to disappear into one of the tapestries.
Mm.
But it is a sturdy vessel. How does it move?
Well, I had the opportunity to work with them fixing the ship, and for what I understand, they use air spirits to make the ship move through air. Some kind of spirit.
Your impression, sister?
Well, I think it was fate that led us to them. Well, gods, if you.
I was told something of your history by the emissary, and I don't mean to divulge too much, but did you have any strong feeling about the visitors? That
Well, these don't they don't feel evil. Certainly they are peculiar, but well, they are space Negroes after all. So
Exactly.
He lifts his eyebrows at that. Really, it's interesting
yes,
that
they are
anyone,
very peculiar.
interesting that anyone from above should evince. Oh well, it is no matter.
Well, I described them.
Blue skin, yeah, he seems to think the blue skin guy. Okay, yeah, like oh he's a pict, but like describing the others, he seems
Mhm.
very fascinated.
Yeah, it seems that the lizard man it was some kind of slave that ran away from Mars.
Indeed. So these are all habitable places.
It seems so, yes.
I'm not sure that the Holy Father is going to feel that we have a claim to these lands, uh, but at the very least, we could conduct diplomacy, if
Mhm.
nothing else.
Don't you
You were
think
able,
your astronomer could study the case and see if we can have a claim?
well, certainly we will do everything within our ability. And he nods to a few of the ministers that, quickly assure him that, yeah, of course, these preparations are already underway. And, at that point, the doors are opened, and the uh, major domo announces, uh, allow me to introduce, Abbot Frederico from the Holy See, and he walks in. He looks like a friar. Very, very simple cassock. Not a lot of finery or frippery to him. The only thing he has a crucifix, and it's made out of what looks like some sort of strange metal. And he walks in. He's tonsured, uh, and yeah, he looks very unassuming and friendly. He has a real, kind of pudgy face and a friendly demeanor. He, steps forward, bows deeply. Your Highness, uh, may I present my particulars? And he, holds forth a scroll case uh, for the king to take, but one of the guards takes it, looks through it, and hands it to him. The If the friar has any uh, insult taken by that, he certainly does not express it. The king reads it over, looks at the seal on it, and is like, "Very well. I am given to understand that you can speak for the Holy Father in most of the nuances of the situation that is occurring here. Uh, that is so, Your Majesty or Your Highness. So, I guess I should, he asked him, like, how is it that you knew to come here, as I myself only knew a day ago that there was something of note occurring here?" And the friar kind of takes a beat and says, "This is a situation that the Vatican has been monitoring for several decades. We are aware that there are things passing between the planets, that we only recently have been able to ascertain any rhyme or reason for. Uh, Also, we have on occasion recovered um, artifacts, and my my monastery was assembled to the purpose of studying these operations, Your Highness. When we saw the conflict that occurred, and that and that the ship fell. The two ships fell. We began amassing a entourage to request permission to use some of your vessels to recover it, but I was informed midway on my way to Lisbon to reroute for here. The king considers that for a second, and doesn't think much of it, but just moves along after giving kind of a strange look to one of his ministers. So you are aware. You've. I've been told that you are aware of His Holiness's decision about the proper ownership of the stellar objects. And he's sort of, well, it's not as cut and dry as that, Your Highness. The Holy Father is given of the opinion that, or he has determined that the current governments and structures should be retained and evaluated before a greater decision can be made. There's evidence that the faith exists outside of the firmament, just as it does within it, and we do not wish to impose upon their proper order our own, unless we can determine that it is improper or that it would benefit from our own. It is very possible that they may have superior ideas of creation, but this is not an idea that I myself cleave to, Your Majesty. The king considers for a bit. Is there any reason why we should not send accompaniment with these people when we send them home? And basically the friar's like, no, actually, if possible, I would like to go along
Oh fuck!
with the expedition. The king kind of unfolds the paper he was given and reads it over again. Certainly, consideration will be given to that, Friar. If you would excuse us to deliberate, I certainly would appreciate. I would certainly keep in mind your decision. And he's like, of course, Your Majesty. And yeah, he exits, and the king sort of, Sister, would you prefer to go with the friar?
No, I want to go with the expedition.
I mean, at the moment.
No.
So let's see. The current Pope is Clement the Seventh. Oh my God, he's a de Medici. Yeah, the answer is no. That's not what the Lord Admiral says, but the answer is no.
We already have a
Are you
representative
in the better with Borgia camp? Is that
No. It's like, yeah, it's like these poison administering, backstabbing Italian princes. No, probably not. No.
Well, that's going to be a genre of popes for a while. So you might.
Yeah, I know. Perhaps he really, really sucks in this era. Yeah.
Yeah, and we already have, Your Highness, a representative of the church with Sister Dolores, so I don't think
He's not Portuguese, so I think that
Yeah,
someone else, a priest, a Portuguese priest, perhaps, if needed.
His Holiness does have some. He does have some sway, and certainly there's no. I don't wish to overly offend a man who has been very generous to us in the past. but I also would like for this to be a Portuguese expedition as much as possible. So, Guzmao, you've seen the vessel, you've worked with the vessel. Could you
Yes.
construct one?
Well, I can try to make one vessel as the same, but I don't have I don't have the knowledge to summon the spirits like they do.
That is the aspect of this that gives me pause. It is it is dangerously close to heretical action.
Yeah, but it works. I don't know if it's heretic or not, but it works. They use the spirits, in this case the spirit of the air, to make the ship fly. There's also, as they inform me, there is a spirit of the ether that makes possible for them to transverse the between planets. There's also the spirit of the earth. So I don't know if I don't know if they, when they speak about spirits, if it is in the real sense of the word, or is if some kind of technology that we don't know about.
I can
Or
say, Your Majesty, that in my experience in England, we have many men who have studied various subjects, particularly the languages and summoning of angels. Um, these are, after all creations of God, and they are part of the physical principles of the world. Um, we see the regularity of the heavens, which vindicates what God said about the lights in the book of Genesis. We know that there are invisible powers that govern many aspects of the functioning of our world. Why should these things not be as much part of that universe under God's command as anything else?
But
because
Lord Admiral, if we were created on God's image and they are different, what are they, animals?
It's like the mystery of the dog headed men. Yes, I suspect we will have to discover whether they have souls that could be saved. Um, but yes, there are many creatures which are outside of God's salvific plan, which nonetheless can think and talk and operate. I mean, we can read about them in Herodotus, all these strange creatures in the Far Eastern lands, which we have not yet encountered, but I'm sure that we will. Because after
So
all, the Greeks would not have lied to us.
so when they say spirits, you hear angels, Lord Admiral.
It's possible. It is also possible that they're referring to elemental spirits, which are simply things that have been created to accomplish certain things for our benefit, so much like the rest of creation.
Hmm.
so it's like domesticating an animal.
In certain respects, I believe that would be the case. And of course, if they have souls, we can share the blessings of Mother Church with them. And if they do not, then we can seek to exercise a beneficial influence under their behavior. It's a good reason and justification for exercising appropriate royal authority of a Christian prince. After all, we have to worry about the Mohammedans, don't we? The Turkish Sultan, we would not want him to be the one to have these contacts and these
Definitely not.
connections.
For the Spanish, of course.
We've already heard disturbing reports of things occurring in the Indian colonies, which have given me pause about how much we are infatuating ourselves with that area. But it is lucrative, and I believe that this is also a lucrative avenue to explore.
Yes.
Sister, I'm imposing upon you to unfortunately place yourself between the flag and the cross. Do you think it is defensible?
No, I don't
For
think
us?
about it as a choice. I think both can go hand in hand. I mean, the Portuguese serve God's will, don't we?
He smiles. Of course. Well said. Um, I don't know what the friar's opinion of this is, but he certainly seems to want to get inside that ship. And I want to get Portuguese inside that ship. And since we have already been inside that ship, I think we have the superior claim. But I think perhaps it is
Well,
time for us to speak to
it would
the.
be our Venusian friends also to decide who is going to go in the ship or not. And apparently they decided to trust us.
That's true. They did not come to Rome.
And technically, also their ship, crashed in Portuguese waters. So we
And
have
is now
friends.
using a Portuguese flag.
That's true. They do. They are flying a Portuguese flag along with their own. So yeah, which was mostly to avoid cannon fire, but you know, someone would have to argue about the duress of that. He considers that very well. And he talks to his ministers and to the guard captain for a considerable amount of time, and then finally the guard captain exits the room. And a few moments later, the major domo and the guard captain come in, and he's like, "Your Majesty, may I present to you the gentleman from the other worlds?" And he announces rainwater and thunder and chime, and they come in too. I mean, the guards are trying to be professional and guard their king against every threat, foreign and domestic. But yeah, everyone's basically seeing an alien for the first time. So yeah, there's some confusion in the ranks for a few moments, but you are proud to be Portuguese as you see the steel return to their spines, and they steel themselves to their task. Although seeing a big rock centaur with a jellyfish for a head is giving them some pause about what their tactics might need to be if he decides to go crazy. But and yeah, the king seems really surprised by them. And in the meantime, each of them has gotten in their equivalent of finery.
Hmm.
The centaur's wearing like some barding with the Venusian crest on it, and Rainwater is in a much nicer outfit than he was wearing previously. And poor Chime, only has so many fashion options, having wings and stuff. So he's in something more presentable, but they all sort of look a little bit like a uniform. So each of them has the equivalent of a talberd with the Venusian crest on it, and yeah, they each do a very passable courtly bow for their physique. The centaur actually getting down down on his front quarters in a horse salute, which you think they asked someone about.
Okay.
But yeah, you're like, how would that even work? And yeah, so the problem evinces itself that yeah, the king can't understand a word they're saying. So Rainwater's like, do you think that His Majesty would permit us lifting the curse, or would that be considered a bridge too far?
Well, I think it's better for everyone that you lift the curse, because sometimes something can be lost in translation, and can go horribly wrong. So
Just before you lift the curse, there is an issue.
And that is?
Well, They want there could be a pressure to have some invoice from Rome coming in the trip with us, but it would really better if that doesn't happen.
What
So
what is this Rome? What is this a enemy of yours?
no, it's the head of the church, but they
You
are
can
not Portuguese, so it
you
could create issues.
you can consider it as a spy.
Yes.
Uh, our Templar, our temple is not as incongruous to our leadership as yours may be, if that's not speaking out of turn. But I should be careful of this man.
Yes.
We have to be careful.
Mhm.
Probably you.
Uh, in the meantime, if you would let His Majesty know that we are pleased to meet him, and that we would like to perform a a bequeathal for the removal of the curse that lies upon the people of the stable realm.
Yes, I will
Okay.
try for you. I
So, Your
know.
Majesty, the foreigners will perform a ritual, if you may, that will be well that so that they can speak Portuguese with you.
There's a ritual.
Yes, because well, they're not from here and they don't speak Portuguese naturally, but
I did notice that you're speaking Portuguese to them, and they are speaking whatever it is to you. That
Yes,
they
somehow
seem to understand Portuguese.
they
Is
understand us and we understand them, but they had to do some kind of ritual. As it says.
ceremony.
this is sounding very, very close to witchcraft, sister? I am assured that you are a woman of great faith.
Yes, I don't think it's with witchcraft.
The chimes
Let's
like
say that
it.
it's a
It's
miracle.
actually it actually amounts to a prayer. Is what he.
Exactly.
Uh,
It's a miracle. It's a prayer, so don't worry.
they perform miracles.
No, I'm not sure. I think that must be God performing the miracle. They are just channeling it.
Ah, yeah. He in a David Lynch whisper as he looks at Pharaoh. He's like, "This one gets it." Um, I will. Yes. If it if it will if it will simplify this matter, then by all means. And he crosses himself and says a brief prayer. Against being ensorcelled, or just like uh, please let me know if this is wisdom or folly, and hold myself to my actions. And yeah, and basically, Chime does the same little thing. This time he doesn't draw a circle. But yeah, it does, as you hear it, this time, yeah, it does sort of, he is asking, the creator of the universe, spare these people the consequences of their forefathers' mistakes, and restore to them the tongues which they were intended to have, and blah blah blah. And a few moments later, you feel that weird cold air kind of circulate through the room, and uh, Chimes like, that should be it, Your Majesty. And the king kind of looks at him like, I know that you are not speaking Portuguese, but this is wondrous. And then he looks over at one of his ministers and just starts speaking to him in Latin. And yeah, all of you guys can understand it. He's like, semper ubi sub ubi, and you're like, oh my gosh, he's saying always wear underwear.
There you
So
go.
yeah, he does say, yeah, and they sort of spend a few moments, kind of behind him, talking to each other, like in different languages to kind of test this. But the king gets back to his purpose and focuses back in. And he's like, well, let me welcome you first to my court. You are welcome here. And you have the hospitality of this palace for the time that you are here. We thank you for bringing our subjects back from calamity. It is my understanding that there are still a crew and a dashed ship awaiting rescue. I have sent orders that a ship be dispatched to rendezvous with them. And Rainwater's like, if Your Majesty would permit, we could return and make that trip unnecessary. And the king considers it, and he's like, no, that I thank you for the offer, but we have much more to discuss than a trip back around the Horn for your vessel. It is my understanding that you were sent here as emissaries of your queen. And they're like, basically, yep. And we have some things that we were bidden to bring you as tribute to show that we are friends. And we were bidden to deliver to you a book as well to begin bridging the gaps between our people and to make you aware of a potential harm that is coming to your people and to what we understand is called Christendom, the people of the balanced world. And he's like, there is a harm coming. And, he's basically like, yeah, if we and the Martians have been at war for a little while, and we have been steadily improving our ability to move between the spheres to the point that we could actually descend down here. But we're not sure we can get back yet. But we believe we have a good chance. We have sent ships in the past and never recovered them. We believe so too have the Martians, but we think that both of us have the ability to reach the balanced world now. And as soon as they are able to reach it in sufficient numbers, it is almost assured that Mars will attempt to come down and conquer lands within the balanced world to establish a beachhead. And the king's like, that won't do. These lands have been apportioned between us and our cousins, and I see no Martian claim to any of it. Nor do we, Your Majesty. So I was bidden to begin the process of bridging that gap and preparing your people for what we see as a grave treachery against common faith. He's like, oh, there is common faith. And basically they chitter chatter back and forth a little bit about, yeah, we don't know about, the things that you guys know, but yeah, we are part of creation, and, and he's like, are you Jewish? And basically it comes down to the fact that, yeah, they're almost, you feel like His Majesty is leaning on the idea that, like, essentially we will consider them Jewish until we can convert them.
That would actually be bad for them. They would be better off being considered primitives, because primitives typically get converted more gently. Portugal's reputation during this period towards so-called new Christians or conversos was not good. Yeah,
Well,
there
Yep.
weren't a lot of Protestants or actual Jews around, but there was lots of so-called new
well, then
Christians.
he takes a more moderate approach. Then he's basically like, well, we'll consider you faithful but not Christian until such time as we can deliver the gospel to you. And you know, his thoughts immediately
Perhaps they
turn
are
to
a
the good
lapsed
sister
branch.
bringing.
Perhaps they are a lapsed branch. There you go. Perhaps they are lapsed and therefore need the benefits of the true faith delivered to them yet again.
Well, you cannot lapse from something you were never told. It is time to deliver the good news to our friends in the sky.
Indeed.
And
So many scientific
basically, Rainwater's like,
possibilities.
"Hey, we would love to hear some good news. That'd be after a century of fighting against horrible slaver bastards. It would be, like it'd be wonderful."
Science and propagating the faith. It hardly gets better than that. Lord Admiral is
Indeed.
positively beaming at the prospect.
Yeah, so is the king. The king's hobby is cosmography. So
Right.
yeah, he's sort of happy about this too, and at least two of his three chief advisors are also an astronomer and astrologer in turn. So yeah, everybody's having a good old time with the idea that there's stuff out there. Is there any objection to your explaining to my emissaries here the workings of your craft so that we could duplicate it and perhaps return with a vessel of our own? Rainwater's like, well, certainly that is part of the intent of the book. And he produces it from his satchel. It's like a very, nice. It's not leather bound. It looks like it's bound in some kind of like lizard skin or something, and it has fine jewels and stuff encrusted upon it. And yeah, he kind of flips through the pages and shows that there's diagrams and charts and things like that. And he's like, we're sharing much of what we know, and it is hoped that if we make a positive return to our home, that this can begin the ferrying of diplomatic ties between each other, and perhaps even military sharing, if Your Majesty is so willing, and we can find a common accord, which it seems promising that we can. And the king, turns and talks to his ministers and such, and Rainwater's like, what do you think? Is this going well? I don't know. I don't know how your court is.
I think so, but
Oh, yeah.
let's
Yes.
wait.
Receptive.
Yeah, the king turns and he's like, well, we would be happy to have the book and the tributes that you mentioned. And we will, of course, need to discuss things over the next few days if you are amenable to await. And he's like, I am at Your Majesty's pleasure. My queen has placed me into your kind hands. I am your servant until you release me to return to my queen. King seems suitably impressed. It was like, very well. If you'll excuse, well, you wouldn't say it that way. Like, you can return to your quarters or to the grounds as you so desire. Again, you have the hospitality of the place, as do you all, indicating the rest of you. While we determine what we're to do next. Although it seems likely that we will, at the very least, authorize repairs to your vessel if necessary, and whatever you think might be necessary to make the most successful attempt to return home. And we will be sending at least this group, if not additional diplomatic servants and retainers to the effort of building relationships with one another. And he's like, "Oh, fine." And so, yeah, there's a little bit of pomp and ceremony, and yeah, you guys are filed out of the room as he and his ministers and whatnot are discussing things. And you see, well, let's see what you see. Roll me a wits plus investigate.
Wits.
17 for me.
9 for me.
Yeah, we're gonna roll.
Okay. What'd you do, Miguel?
11.
Okay. And the Lord Admiral.
Oh, right. I got to find my dice real quick. Hold on.
The Admiral's
Oh.
lost in time as he thinks of finding.
Yeah. Oh, I rolled a 19.
Okay, so the sister and the Lord Admiral each notice that the friar is hanging close by, and he's staring into a fireplace. Just sort of standing there like he's being all cash, like he's just waiting on what happens in the room inside. But for half a moment, you get the feeling that there were people in the fire. And then when the doors open, he turns away from the fireplace, and it takes a few moments for the fire's character to sort of change for a moment. But yeah, you can't shake the feeling that you were maybe seeing the inside of the throne or the green room in the fire for a moment, but that would be silly.
So, yes, I will make note of that, and I will mention it
Right.
to.
So the Lord Admiral gets out a large scroll.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm making notes. Jefferson, write this down.
So tell me, Rainwater, are there females on Venus?
Of course, we are chiefly led by our females.
Oh, I will be.
Not militarily,
Oh,
of course, but
there is so much we have. There is so much we have to teach these people.
How do your females look like?
Much like ourselves. The difference between men and women amongst us is similar to yourselves.
Oh,
So and he looks again at the sister, very similar apparently.
okay. I'm very willing to know these females.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Well, we are trying to make some kind of connection and bonding between our people, right?
of course, he smiles.
We Portuguese tend to bound a lot with the savages.
And my people are very accommodating.
Oh, that's wonderful. Accommodating.
We soon find out that virtually all the cosplayers we've been watching our X are secretly Venusians. Yeah, they've been spying on us.
So I think
the friar is drifting in your direction, as though he's going to casually just, "Hey guys, what's going on here?" in a few moments. So you probably got a beat or two before he gets to you, if you want to say something.
Okay, do we trust the envoy from His Holiness or no?
I never trust anyone except the Portuguese, and perhaps Lord Admiral because it's with us.
He's technically Portuguese.
Yeah.
He's a good egg. I mean, you're not going to make a statue of him later like you do.
Yeah.
Birdie,
I'm not going to say it, but what I'm thinking is I don't really want the friar in the mission because he's going to boss me around. Take my place.
You called him a fryer, but I heard fire, and I'm like, oh. Um, so yeah, he finally comes over. Yeah, and again, yeah, uh, Diogo, roll me an occult roll
Hmm.
along with wits.
Wait. Okay. Oh, nice. 23.
Okay. As he gets close, yeah, his crucifix is made of bronze, and yeah, as he gets close, like you feel that there's some energy in it that is slowly, dissipating
Hmm.
as he walks up towards you.
Is a normal crucifix, or it has some kind of it is just a crucifix, or it
Oh,
has.
it's a in craft it is, yes, very similar. So it and I let me restate, it is a wooden crucifix, but the Christ on it is of
Oh,
bronze.
bronze. Okay. No inscriptions on it.
Not that you see.
Hmm. Okay, so I get a weird vibe from this, right?
Yeah, but on the back it probably says like "Made in the Republic of China." You're like, "Oh my god, it's a knockoff! It's a Timu!"
It's a Timo. Okay.
He's like, "So, what word? Do you think His Majesty is keen to send us above?"
Well, I don't wish to speak on His Majesty's behalf, but I think he's having an important meeting now with his advisors, so is
Ah,
the final word is up to him.
I meant no impertinence. My apologies. I'm
None
very
taken.
excited, however, because as I say, this has been something of the work of a lifetime for me.
So the Holy Church knew about our visitors from a long time.
In a sense, we've seen them in the skies, and certain holy people have had visions that can only be explained by there being things out there somewhere. And of course, as I say, there have been things recovered that have fallen to the earth that are of non-earthly origin.
Hmm.
What were those things? What kind of things? Machines?
Sometimes metals, things that look very much like ships, wooden vessels, stones with strange inscriptions. Uh, the very metal that my order makes their crucifixes of fell from the
Oh,
sky.
oh, funny you talk about it because I was very intrigued by your crucifix and the image of Christ. Is that some kind of metal that you were recovered from this ship?
It looks as though it is bronze, but our greatest, the closest thing that we have here, I believe, to it is red iron or a halcum, perhaps. But it's very hard to classify what the metal would be. And he, presents it closer to you so that you can give it a look if you want.
Yeah, I will give a closer inspection to the crucifix.
Yeah, it's weird. It scintillates a bit. It's got some sort of flex or something in it.
Hmm.
But yeah, it does look. It's like the Damascus steel of bronze, as far as you could tell. You're like, oh, it's got like a chromatic effect, and yeah,
I
it's
I I touch the bronze part to see if I can get some sense of
very
energy.
warm to the touch. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, careful. He's
Oh, okay. It's quite
don't.
beautiful.
Yeah, it conducts heat very, very well.
Heat
And I
say
was
you.
and I was recently close to the fireplace, so I didn't want you to scald yourself.
Heat,
Yes, Lord
yes.
Admiral. Yes.
I walk over to the fireplace and take out a poker and I start to stir the fire just a little bit.
Poke, poke, poke. All right. Yeah, you do so, and it dances a little bit.
So you are saying that metal has some kind of influence over fire, or vice versa?
Uh, More that fire influences it quite well. It conducts heat very well, and
And you're not afraid to be in the proximity of such fire?
it is. It has been worked into the form of Christ. I believe that it will not harm me in any way.
Hmm.
Isn't it strange that he would do images of Christ with a strange metal that fell from who knows where?
It is something that was handed down to me by my mentor's mentor. He made it of material after he was miraculously spared from a horrible calamity at sea by the arrival of such a thing.
Hmm.
He regarded it as a miraculous arrival and thought it uh, the best material he could conceive of to make his crucifix from.
But maybe this has no connection to these foreigners.
It's possible, but perhaps sentimentality. Uh, and as I say, we are locked in our monastery with only these things to occupy our minds. That and of course uh, the holy work. But we believe that this is part of the holy work, so we work ardently at it. And I think perhaps we're more comfortable with it than cautious with it. We've had these things for centuries in some cases. The newer
Oh,
things we are much more cautious with.
So what is
so
Say again.
the order you are from?
It is called the Abbot of the Fallen Star, or the Abbey of the Fallen Star.
hmm.
It is not
So
something. It is
well,
not
don't
something that the church discloses because of the nature of what we study. We're not sure people are ready for it, but obviously, this company is more than ready for it.
Yeah.
so tell me something, Friar. Uh, don't get me wrong, but so you know of this for some centuries, and the Holy Church don't didn't think that it was wise, or at least for the benefit of everyone. Of everyone. I'm not saying to tell the ordinary people, but the heads of state, the kings of such beings.
At least the King of Portugal, of course.
Uh, that is a decision that I cannot speak to because it was made well above my station. But uh, there is concern and cause for us to hold this information very close to the chest. When this information gets out, there's been visions that the calamity that follows will be quite costly in human lives.
But then the order you belong to, they are devoted to investigating this.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, as much as we can. This and he looks, he's been within feet of these aliens, and he's not as curious as anyone else is about them. Like the
Yeah, the
guards,
whole
the
fire thing
guards
makes me
took
very
several. Yeah, the
suspicious.
guards took several moments to kind of work out what the hell they were looking at. This dude hasn't.
So the Holy Church is hoping now that, well, for centuries it concealed this information from countries, and now you are hoping for Portugal to be, well, how should I say it, to give you such privileged information. Is that it?
I suppose so, but But this is a decision that His Holiness and Your Majesty are going to have to come to an accommodation on. I don't think it's anything that should drive a wedge between you and I. Correct, sir?
Yes, but well,
Please take my hand. Say that we are friends.
I look over
I,
at you, Viceroy, from behind his back. I look at you and I shake my head.
Fuck no, dog.
oh,
That's gonna be a no from me.
I look at you and behind his back, and I'm going, shaking my head, waving my hand. It's like, yeah.
Please, Viceroy.
well,
I don't want for you to understand that the causes of the men we serve need to run what I believe and suspect is a mutual admiration for the things that
yeah,
are possible here.
yeah, sure. I'll take his hand and say, yeah, I think we're going to be best of friends.
Okay. Um, yeah, he shakes hands with you. Give me a wits roll.
Uh, 15.
Oh, okay. He gives you a very warm handshake. And for a moment, you feel almost like his face like gets too close to you, but it's like an optical illusion. But
Hmm.
yeah, and a few moments later, he just smiles and goes, "Well, it's very good that we can be friends."
Yeah, sure. I think we're going to share lots of information in the future.
It's just gone.
Oh, that could mean any number of things.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So Rainwater's like, so this this man wants to come along.
I
Uh,
think and I just pipe up and say, I think ultimately that decision will have to lie with the king in whose domain we are.
uh, yes, but and he looks at you and kind of smiles. Yes, but quarters assignments would still be down to the captain, wouldn't you think? And he smiles.
So you wouldn't like to have him aboard?
And the friar frowns a little bit.
Well, in the end, it's your ship, Captain.
I suppose that is true.
I mean, we could put him amongst the cheeses.
Of course, the Lord Admiral doesn't laugh, but that is funny.
Yeah.
So, um, what should we do with ourselves? We have the hospitality of this place, but what does that mean for us?
Well, I think we could at least show you around.
Yes, montage.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Well, at least take them to the gardens. They're not that much crowded, and they can, well, learn about our.
Yeah, you're given to understand that, like, yeah, the place is under, is under, as locked down as it gets, right? Like
Yeah,
the standard courtiers and such that are supposed to be here are only here if they're going to be part of this decision making process, and then there's just a truck ton of guards,
yeah.
around this place.
So I'll be happy to show you around and talk about botany and nature.
Yes, but have you ever drank wine? I think
Oh,
you should try it. And yes, I think so.
If I understand that word, I think we have, but it is probably not. It is probably not the same as what you have.
Yes, well, you probably like us ours better than yours.
Well, then by all means, lead on.
Oh, and of course, I need to make sure that I'll to get some conventional sweets, since I'm a nun and all. Oh,
yes, bring
your
those.
six.
Yeah, bring those
Osmos.
ovos moles,
Yes.
please.
So you guys show them around the palace and
Mhm.
get some
Getting
Portuguese food
drunk.
in.
Yeah.
All right. So
Sardines.
let's see what we learn.
And red wine.
Rainwater loves wine and apparently holds it well. Um, Chime likes wine, but apparently it goes to his head pretty quickly.
Okay.
And Thunder, yeah, takes a few sips of wine and is like, yeah, I don't, this doesn't.
Well, if Thunder doesn't like wine, we have hay for him.
Yeah, it turns portions of his tendrils red for a little while. And he's like, oh, what is this? He is actually an herbivore, but yeah,
Okay.
he's not. Hay is perhaps a little too desiccated. It'd be like beef jerky for him, which, as we all know, is a last resort.
Well, I like beef jerky. That's
I
why,
don't.
and I
I
like.
have not earned the right to eat one of your precious pharaohs. So I'll just stick to berries if you don't mind. So yeah, you find them suitable, and of course, Rainwater loves seafood because you know
Oh, yeah.
you gather that his planet has a lot of oceans.
But it doesn't. Do they have codfish? They don't have codfish. And then
No,
you put
they have
codfish-
various kinds of
Right.
fish, but nothing. Yeah, you gather that they don't have any exact matches to the things that you guys have, but they have close matches, right?
Okay.
So they do have shellfish and they do have fish, but they're different species.
Okay. So I'll.
We have the bass and we have the talking bass. It is sin
So,
to kill a talking bass. But it is not a sin to kill a singing bass because everyone hates them.
And I'll
so
sing a song because this is time for that. I'll sing a Cantiga de Amigo.
mm,
With a lute and sing a song.
you have music also back in
I don't. I'm
We
very
do.
bad.
We do. Yeah, yeah, and he's like, yeah, would you like to hear some?
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, please.
He pulls out like basically a flute
Guitar.
and plays a little bit, and Chime gets on the table and starts doing a little dance, like a little stomp dance to go with it. And Thunder's not a musical thing. It's just like, no.
No.
You guys are Irish or something like that.
Thunder is the strong silent type. You can already tell. Like
Hmm.
he doesn't speak much. But you've seen him carry enough wood to pop a human's,
Yeah,
skeletal
yeah,
structure.
yeah.
So you know that if he needs to throw down, it's gonna be
Yeah.
an interesting time. So yeah, you guys, as you're going around the grounds and such, things are going pretty swimmingly. And then yeah, you catch wind of the guards like discussing something, and then when guys get close, they sort of shut up and nod like, oh, good evening.
Evening.
And yeah, as you're passing by, you can tell they're just biting at the bit for you guys to get out of the way so they can go back to saying whatever they were saying.
So tell me more about these spirits that you use to travel.
Oh yeah, Chime will talk your ears off about it. Yeah, and essentially it just boils down to the fact that because all of the worlds outside of Earth are very mismatched in terms of their elemental balance, that that they are more readily able to pull the energy out of various elements, and over time, and reading off of each other's homework. They figured out, like the Venusians started, they were just really good at water stuff, right? And then
Hmm.
the Martians started, and they were really good at fire stuff. And whatever the people from Saturn are, they're really good at lead. And
Oh, fire. So
and Mercury is really good at stone.
you said Mars they are very close to fire element, right?
Yes, that's their primary. Yeah, I mean, all of us can do a mix of everything, but the Martians mastered fire
Hmm.
first.
Yeah, that's interesting because our is the friar with us, the emissary from the Pope?
No,
Okay,
he wants to be, but he read the room and yeah.
okay, yeah. Because I found it now that you said it. I found it very interesting because the crucifix that he had on his neck, the metal, he said that was recovered from a spaceship
Hmm.
and it reacts to fire. It could be some kind of Martian metal or something about
Oh,
related to Martian.
certainly could be. And I was down here, so I didn't get a good look at it. And yeah,
Yeah,
he asked me to describe it. Yeah.
I described what I touch and what I saw.
Okay. He thinks about it for a minute. And he goes, "Yeah, that could be orichalcum. I mean,
Hmm.
very possibly. It is Mars's gift to the Martian warriors of old. After he was cast off of the stable world, he retreated to the planet of his birth and remade the legions there. And in doing so, he gifted them with orichalcum for their blades and their spears.
So the Vatican spy has metal from Mars.
Yes, I mean there are probably
So,
a few orichalcum components in our ship as well, but
Well, I found the
it,
fact that he was speaking in flames to be particularly suspicious.
he
I
was.
agree.
He was what?
So I just looked over and said, Lord Viceroy, that's why I was shaking my head. I observed him, and I think perhaps the sister did as well, speaking to figures in the flames. I think that thing around his neck, far from being a proper rood, is a communications device.
Are you saying that he speaks with demons?
Well, whatever the Martians are.
no, it must be demons. Well, if he comes with us, I will kill him.
So
I
the
mean,
friar is a Martian spy.
Potentially.
oh, well, you said to treat him as a Spaaace, as Rainwater, but I
Mhm.
thought you meant just like a spy, like not a Martian spy.
Well, he has the metal and from what Caesar and Lord Admiral said, he was speaking to the flames. Is that possible?
Figures in the flames, like a form of pyromancy, as if he could somehow communicate over a distance and see figures through the
Oh,
flames.
well, certainly it is possible, says Chime, to synchronize any two fire spirits so that whatever is occurring near one flame, it will be shared with another. Spirits have congruences that are faster than that is how we communicate with each other over long distances as well.
So it
Um,
seems that the Vatican at least knows how to use these spirits. Isn't that heretic?
Yes, fire spirit must be the devil thing.
I
it does
wonder
does
if
explain
he's
how
really.
he got here early, since you guys said that
I
he
do wonder how he could. Well, let me be frank. How do we know that the Vatican dispatched him?
Yes, because it was very quick
I mean, I
response.
say this, I know that when I am sent on embassy, there's usually a great deal of back and forth. There are letters, there are proofs of your authority. Some of these can be falsified, some cannot. I simply point this out without saying that I know for certain, but I feel deeply suspicious of this? It
Yeah,
feels like something the king should be warned of.
yeah, but the king was, was reassured by the letter that he brought. I don't know.
Well, letters can be
Letters
falsified.
and or stolen from the one to whom they rightfully belong, which is the other risk. Yes, I really feel the king should be warned of this potential threat, and then he could direct it to be handled as he sees fit. It is his court. Sometimes it is good to have your friends close and enemies even closer.
Tell me, is there a way to know if someone's adept in using your spirits?
Oh, like a litmus test of sorts.
Yes, to know if, in fact, the good friar was sent by the Holy Church or was sent from other force.
Yeah, I think there might be a way. If I give if I give you an enchantment that makes you warm, it'll look like you're on fire, but only if you can see the elemental inside you. So if he reacts to you as though you're on flame, but if he's seen a lot of this, that may not be surprising enough. But yes, if we do something in front of him and he notices it,
Well, I think we should put it to the test.
okay.
I look around. Do I see the friar?
No, you just see the two guards back to talking to each other now that you've passed by them, and they're like, they're very animated, and then one of them finally stalks off real quick.
Okay, wait here. I'm going to catch my new best friend. I'll be over in a moment.
Okay,
And I'll go.
I'll work on a strip for you then, and he gets out a little strip of paper and starts marking, elemental markings upon it with a with basically a little quill, sort of.
Okay, after that, so I'm going to meet the friar. I'm going to try to find the friar.
Okay. So where are you going to look first?
Well, I'm going to look first in the spot where we left him.
Okay. You don't see him there. There are some guards around.
Yes, I will ask.
All the guards again are looking really agitated. But as soon as you get close, they go back to like, hey, how's it going?
Oh, did you see where the good friar went?
Oh yes, he went and he tells you, down that hallway. I think to the map room, perhaps.
Okay, so I'll go to the map room.
Okay, all right. You get to the map room, and again, there's a couple of guards around. They nod at you as you pass.
Okay,
and then there's one outside the map room.
Tell me, is the friar here?
He's inside, yes.
Okay.
Shall I announce you?
Oh, no. Don't worry. I'll just let myself in. Thank you. And I walk in.
He gives you half a look like that's not protocol, and then you can tell he immediately goes, but that friar guy gets my last nerve. And he's like, okay, as you wish.
So did the Venusian guy give me something, or
no? He was going to work on it.
Okay, so
bring him back. Yeah.
Okay. So I enter the room.
All right. You open the door. Are you going in naturally, or are you going to try to sneak in, or what?
No, I'll just enter in in a hurry, just like open the doors and enter.
You pull in and enter, and you can see that he's got a map out of the coast, and he is working with a compass, and ruler to try to figure out.
Yeah, I look over his shoulder. Can I help you with something?
Oh, yes. Actually, maybe you can help me. Do to some precision where exactly your ship is that needs.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not a navigator. I can't help you with that. For me, it's all sea. You should have
Oh,
to.
yes,
Oh,
it's Perro that knows, correct?
yeah. If you
Or
want to
Lord
come with
Admiral,
me, yeah,
perhaps.
yeah. I was just. I was trying to find you to. Yeah, come with me. Our good friends want to have a word with you.
Oh, very well. And yeah, he very deftly picks something up off the table, uh, and follows behind you.
Okay. And I'll lead him to the gardens where I left them.
Okay. Yeah. A few moments later, Diego uh, uh, and the friar make their way down, and uh,
Well,
he seems very happy to be invited to the festivities.
well, Pero, it seems that Frey has some questions for you.
Oh, of course.
Yes, I was trying to ascertain where your stranded ship was.
Yes, of course. I can help you with that.
I'm given to understand it's somewhere on the West African coast. Um, will it be long before they're recovered? Do you think?
I will give him an answer that deceives him about the real location.
Okay. Uh, yeah. Roll me some navigation.
I will lay something. Yeah, 19.
Okay. He takes in like, oh well, that's going to be a while, isn't it?
Yes, very likely.
Um,
It will take some time.
I wonder if our new friends could help with the recovery.
I
Well,
look over to the. I forgot his name, to the Venusian guy, the
Oh,
blue guy.
rainwater. Yeah.
Yeah, rainwater, and I look at him just like, well, can you do it? Just like,
I mean, certainly wouldn't want to leave anyone stranded. It was, and I did offer, but I think Your Majesty said that he felt that was a misuse of the asset.
yes, I think he would rather send a ship to recover it.
well, and after all, they are Portuguese sailors. They won't die immediately. They are tough guys, so they will endure.
Of course, of course. Yes, the island had swine upon it, so there will be plenty to hunt, says the friar.
Yes, precisely. So we were talking about with our new acquaintances about your strange metal, and they seem to know a little bit about it.
Oh, well, I'm be happy to hear their thoughts. Chime steps up to show you or to look at the metal, and sort of bumps you for a moment, Diogo, and he's like, "Oh, thousand pardons." Uh, uh,
Yeah, I step
and yeah,
back.
you now have a script of
Yeah,
paper in your hand
so
that feels very warm to the touch.
I look at it. I don't know if I have to read it or not, but
Yeah, you kind of turn it around in your hand, and yeah, as soon as you see the primary sigil, which is a fire symbol, like you see it kind of reach out to the other symbols and make basically like a circuitry connection for a moment, and yeah, the thing burns away, and yeah, you now feel very warm, and and yeah, you're
yes,
uh, the little buzz you have from the wine is burned away very quickly, and that little pain in your back doesn't isn't nagging you anymore. And yeah, and you know, to your eyes, there is just flame wreathing around you as this happens, and yeah, you see the friar take involuntary step away from you for a moment, and then say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I've lost my footing for a moment," and then puts the crucifix back out for
Hmm. Okay, so I look
John
to
to consider.
so I look to the Venusian, and is it like like it worked?
Dude, he's like, yeah, that looks like a yes to me.
Okay.
And yeah, and Chime is like, oh yeah, this is definitely well made. Um, uh, Mars Serum or Halcom. This came from a Martian vessel, and the friar kind of looks at it with appreciation, like, huh? And you say the Martians are your enemies? Like, yes, I do. and, and you could tell he's like, how do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know what to do now, but well, that was a confirmation. Hmm. Perhaps we should talk to our good king before he takes
Yes,
a decision.
yes. I think we've kept everyone up very late with my nonsense and fritting about. So very terribly sorry for that. Uh, I'll say a prayer for your crewmates' safe return.
Thank you, Friar.
Good evening, all,
Good evening.
and a pleasure to make everyone's acquaintance. And then, yeah, he walks away swiftly.
So, he didn't pass the test, right? Or he passed the test?
Oh, he flinched
Yeah.
when you caught fire, which could mean a lot of things because a Martian wouldn't necessarily flinch away from fire, but he
Yeah, but
definitely saw what happened to you.
so he knows something about fire.
I suspect he knows quite a bit about elementalism.
Okay. What should we do next? Tell the good king about it?
Yes, and then I kill him.
Okay. You guys head back and to the audience hall. The major domo is like the king is still in conference, but
I think we have important information for the
very
king.
well. One moment, if you'll excuse me.
Hmm.
And he steps inside. A few moments later, he opens the door. The king will receive you.
Thank you.
Your Majesty, I am pleased to present the Lord Admiral. He gives off everyone's titles. And the king is like, please, please. And he's around a table with like the ministers and whatnot. He's in a different room this time, and yeah, everybody is pure business. You see a lot of ledgers close on documents that are
Hmm.
being half scribbled and such.
Is there a lit fire in the room?
There's a fire going.
I go find the sand bucket. They usually have one around, and I put it out.
Okay. You get a look or two from the people in the room. They're like, "It will be a cold night, Lord Admiral. You may
But
regret.
it
You may regret
but it
that."
but it will be a night that is safe from being overheard, as you shall learn from the Viceroy, based upon our discoveries. And
That
I
that spooks quite a few people in the room as they consider the things they've said in the last few hours next to that fire.
Well, it seems that our good friend sent from Rome knows more about what he told us because, well, it seems that our Lord Admiral and Sister Dolores were able to notice as we left the room earlier that the friar was near a fireplace and it was, well, talking or engaging in some kind of dialogue with some figures in the fire. And we found that quite very strange. And we told this to our new friends. And from what they told us, it seems that the Fry has some quite knowledge with fire. That is, he knows how to use the element of fire, and probably he was spying on our conversation through the fireplace.
This is quite interesting, says the king. But I feel it meet to bring you up to speed on things that we have ascertained in the meantime. A few hours ago, some of the guards on the western wing found the body of a man uh, who had been stripped. He was tonsured, and that raised concerns.
Ah, so that does bring things together, Your Majesty, because what we have heard from our Venusian friends is that the Martians oftentimes practice this sort of pyromancy. And the individual who presented himself as friar had Martian metal.
Well, it's very good that we sent him on a wild goose chase to find the ship. Uh, uh, we may have given him the false impression that we were going to send the alien vessel to recover it, and he immediately dispatched himself, as I understand it, to the map room. And he looks at the chief of the guards, who nods. You are correct, Your Majesty. And I guess you've kept him some company too to distract him. So I'm very glad to hear that. Considering, and he points in the direction of the fireplace. That, uh, but I worry that his ears may not be the only ones trying to listen at fireplaces. And it is going to be a cold night tonight, and that disturbs me that we will have to find some other way to while away the cold.
Or at
I
least when
sus-
or at least when talking about important matters near a fireplace, well, do not reveal the real information.
Well, we are going to be talking about some very important things, but a decision has been made that I feel that I can share. Uh, I feel is warranted to share with you, and that is that you will be accompanying the vessel, and we will be doing what it takes to get you back into space,
Oh,
or back into the sky. Uh, Amongst the spheres. So that decision is made. So if you will tell your captain friend and his entourage that we will be happy to receive his tributes in the morning, and that anything that he needs, he has but to let staff here know. And if he could plan for a departure tomorrow evening, uh, that would be within my pleasure.
and what about the good friar?
I think we should let him play out. I'm curious to know who he is, and if there is a way to use him against his masters. But that will take consideration.
Your Highness, if you decide that he has to be dealt with, I will be glad to do it.
I would be happy to give you the honor should that be the decision. And if it be other, I shall give all of you the honor of helping us with his dispensation. He seems very curious about all of you. I think there is some truth to what he has said. I think he has studied these things, but I don't know that he has done it for the church.
Or if he is a friar, in fact.
It seems to me likely that he killed a man to steal his credentials. What a shame.
Yes, but the credentials arrived early as well, and it's curious, isn't it?
Could it be
Um,
that they are some kind of forgery?
Perhaps you and your friends could go to the poor unfortunate soul and where he was found, and maybe with better eyes or eyes stronger to the techniques that these people use, you may ascertain something that the guards could not.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, we could be, we could ask for help for with our new friends.
Yes, that would be that would be my pleasure if you would.
Of course, Your Highness. So where was this man found?
He
With,
he the captain of the guard is like, if I may, Your Majesty, I'll bring them up to speed. He's like, have one of your men do it. I want you to stay here. He's like, as you wish. And he gestures to the door like, my second my lieutenant will bring you uh, up
yeah.
to snuff about what's going on.
Okay. Let's go
And
then.
yep, and he basically just tells the door guard, like, go find the lieutenant. These people are to be brought into the situation. They are going to look at it with fresh eyes. And the guard gives him a look like, really? Like, we're going to lead some, like, you know, nobles into that? He's like, look,
Yeah.
just do it, right? And they say this all with just meaningful glances at each other. I don't recall asking you to do anything. I told you. So yeah, you.
Yeah.
Now, how are you guys for time? What time is it there?
11.
11.
Okay, good. So we're still good.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gather your group up.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're happy. You get the feeling they don't know what to do with themselves. Like they're like they're not accustomed to like lounging around on Shea lounges or you know uh,
Drinking tea.
yeah, that sort of thing. So
We should drink
yeah,
some more.
they're very happy to hop along.
Yeah.
So yeah, they basically ask you, do you want to see the dude first, or you want to go to where we found him?
Well, we could split the party.
Or
Wah, wah, wah. Let's see. I mean, yeah, we could.
Yeah.
I must confess, I am not necessarily. I'm a good talker. I know a lot of things. I'm not a great investigator.
Well, I could go and see the dead body.
okay,
I have medicine, so I also go.
okay.
I guess that leaves it to me and Diego to. Sorry, Pero. Me and Pero. Diego is going to see the body, so
Mhm.
Pero and I will go and look at the place.
And Thunder is going to go on body duty,
Mm.
but he doesn't say why. He's just like, I'll go see the body.
Okay.
And then yeah, the other two are like, yeah, we'll look at the site. There's probably more to see there than, but we'll see. So, all right, so we'll go ladies first. So, you guys are taken in to see the body.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it does look like a tonsured man. He was stripped, but they, when they heard a nun was coming, they put a cloth uh, uh, laid a
over
cloth strategically over him.
over his face.
Over Sister, we didn't want to shock you with his face. Oh no, look at that. No, they've covered his modesty, and yeah, but it's weird. He doesn't look you
Injured?
know not that you can see. Um, there's no bruising or anything, so whatever was done to him was fairly quick. And yeah, there's a doctor there, kind of going through it too. Um, and he's like,
Maybe he was poisoned.
uh, we considered the possibility, but he was found under a bridge. So unless he wandered down there in his illness, which I mean, there are certain poisons that make one delirious. Uh, he was definitely disposed of, and he was stripped, unless again he did that in some delirium.
I look at the body try to see if there are some kind of marks.
Okay, roll
I'm
me.
also going to
Well,
look, and I'm going to roll my medicine. Yeah.
well,
Okay.
as we fought before, Spirit of Fire, and now we know that we are
Mhm.
talking about Martian technology. So I'll try to see if there is some kind of burnings or something like that.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you roll me. Is occult your
Occult, yeah,
primary alchemy thing? Yeah.
yeah.
And do you have any alchemy bonuses or?
Uh, well, I don't know if
Like, you don't have a
Philosopher's
perk,
Stone.
or you don't have a perk or anything for. Your perk
Uh,
that you create something once a
no,
session.
no, yeah. No, no,
Gotcha.
no.
Okay. So and then yeah, sister,
Wi-
if you'll roll
Wits,
me your medicine roll.
wits or
Oh, wit
intelligence?
or intelligence, either one,
Okay,
depending on whether you're. Yeah.
okay.
22.
Okay.
Uh,
And is
uh,
that wits or intelligence for you?
For me, it's intelligence.
Okay.
okay,
So,
yeah, yeah. I
all
got a
right.
19 with intelligence, but
Okay.
it's 19.
So yeah, you're looking him over, Sister Dolores, and you notice that all of his blood is just solid. Like his veins
Well,
feel like rock. Like when you push on them, yeah, his humors are very, very out of sync, I guess. Because I'm trying to say this in 1525.
and it's not rigor mortis.
Yeah, he basically it's not rigor mortis. Well, there's certainly rigor, but by this time the rigor would have passed, and yeah, he's well, not necessarily, but yeah,
I
the
tell them. I tell that to Diogo. Do you notice how stiff it is? It's like his humors have been solidified inside him.
Oh yes, that's strange. Well, did we notice anything when we fought the flaming boar when he attacked the? Did we felt something like that, like our humors were beginning to solidify?
um no, you just felt like someone was burning the crap out of you when it breathed
Okay,
on you and stuff, but
okay,
But in the meantime, you're looking them over alchemically, right? With this
yeah.
all in mind, and yeah, you get a sense, that there's a warmth to him, but it's been fading for a while, but it's not body warmth,
Hmm.
and yeah, as you're sort of looking him over, and you kind of trance out a bit, you see something that not a lot of people in your time have seen, which is the human circulatory system. Like
Hmm.
the whole circulatory system basically has a aura to it, uh, um, but is the aura of shifting something that was water and flame to something that is stone.
Oh, okay.
So it's a transmutation
Yeah.
effect of some sort, and yeah,
So it seems that, well, some kind of transmutation power was used on him, turning his liquid into stone. That is why his veins and blood are so rigid.
the the doctor hears that and is like, "Well, we can, if you don't mind, sister, if we could make an incision."
Mm-hmm.
He he makes an incision, and yeah, you hear the scalpel catch, like it's scraping against bone, and then yeah, he pulls it open, and yeah, he just basically brings out part of a part of a vein, and he's looking at it like, what is this? Is that? And yeah, you notice what it is. It's basically the guy's blood was turned into
So
onyx.
yeah, okay. Do you mind if I take a sample?
He hands you the segment he just pulled out of the guy. Like
Thank you.
uh,
I will study this. Perhaps I can reverse the effects.
he puts it in a 1521 Ziploc bag, which is just a bottle. Like,
Yeah,
here's a bottle.
it's a water skin. Oh, okay. Thank you.
He's like, that looks like stone.
Yes, as I said, someone alchemically shifted these liquids into stone, something solid.
He crosses himself and is like, what could do such a thing? Are we beset by fell powers?
Well, I don't think we should consider these heavenly powers. So this is foul play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he you know. Well, the priest gave him last rites, and yeah, there was a considerable feeling in the room when he did that.
What kind of feeling?
Just everyone felt unpleasant and then relieved. Like I don't know,
Hmm.
there was just something wrong with the room until that got done.
Hmm.
This is wondrous strange.
Yes, it shouldn't happen with a man from the cloth to have such a feeling around him. It should be one should be relieved and pleased, not uncomfortable around him.
True enough. And yeah, he gives you the sample and
And I
helps.
kept it just
Yep.
to study it later.
And yeah, you guys can keep looking at him, but we
Hmm.
will switch over to Team Under the Bridge. That's where they froze some blood. Sorry.
Okay, so let's
Red
look
Hot
at
Chili Pepper
some-
reference.
Oh God.
Yeah, you guys get under the bridge, and they're like, "Yeah, he was found here," and yeah, you guys are looking. They've got some lanterns out because it's after dark at this point, and they're trying to give you as much light as possible.
let's look for something strange, out of place, whatever.
Okay, roll investigate or yeah, give me another skill if you'd rather use something else.
Yeah, I do have investigation, but I roll a 2, so yeah.
I don't see shit.
It's too dark.
Yes, I can see anything.
Yeah, they apologize for the lighting. And in the meantime, your boy Chime is going to. Oh, he rolls well. Yeah, he looks around and he picks up a little piece of black stone, uh, and indicates that there's more of it.
What is
When he when he when he fell, I think this came out of him. Maybe
the dead man?
yes, maybe it. Yeah,
I look at the,
it's definitely been transmuted recently.
I look at
Probably in the last 8 hours, 9 hours.
I look at the stone.
Yeah, you look at it under the lantern. It looks like it's a little weird shaped sliver of looks like maybe onyx or jet.
So this doesn't look like anything he should be carrying with him.
No.
So what do you think this is?
Well, it's hard to say, but I think it was part of him. I think somebody did something to him. But this would be a very, very pronounced act. You would have to be ready to do something like this. It'd be very similar to what I did for Diego to make him. It would be a fairly large work that would take several minutes to an hour to prepare. This was not something casually done.
Hmm.
And was probably not done here. I think this was part of the disposal. So he's like, gathers out some little rods and and he wants to douse. And the guards are kind of giving y'all a look like, what in the hell is this thing doing? And previously they gave you a look like, what in the hell is this thing? And
Yeah.
there's a lot of looks you're getting. He tries to douse for where the event might have occurred, but after a while it just gets fuzzed up, and he's like, whoever they are, they know how to cover their tracks fairly well.
So the man was ambushed and turned into stone or something like that. Is that
Something very similar, yes. I think probably just parts of him. If it's Martian, it's probably his blood.
so? I think this proves that the friar is a Martian envoy, and he killed
Is a liar.
the friar, and the Vatican envoy was killed by him. Well, I suppose I'll have to kill the false friar, the liar friar.
Yeah, the rainwater nods. It certainly seems so.
You must do your duty by the king.
I'll go in search of the friar.
Okay. Rainwater seems to be very keen to follow along. So is Chime, Lord Admiral. You
Yeah, I will. I will go along as well with my fancy hilted blade, which, as you guys know, I'm completely useless at using. Um, it's like it was bouncing off the pig. It's like, aha! I stick thee. Oh wait, I missed. Aha! I stick thee. And yeah, no, I didn't. And
the secret is to sharpen it occasionally.
Yeah.
I'm used to astrolabes and all that kind of
That's a
thing.
good point.
That's I you don't want sharp edges on those kinds of things.
It's not your bag.
It's like I'm a stargazer.
So you guys go looking for the friar.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything else you want to do before
No,
finding him?
just fine.
Okay, doke. You get back to the palace proper because this was done apparently just outside the palace grounds. And yeah, you ask the guards where he might be, and they're like, "Oh, he is retired to his chambers," and they tell you where in the palace that should be,
So let's go in there.
and they let you know that the guards there will know precisely where he is because they've been told to keep an eye on him.
Very well. So let's search for those guards and find the bastard.
Okay. All right, you walk in to where he is, and yeah, there's some guards in the hall, and they kind of give you a nod as you walk up. You're looking for the friar.
Is the friar inside?
He went inside approximately a half hour or so ago.
Is the door locked?
It is not locked, but we're standing here with it. We also have guards on the balcony, so he does not have total freedom of movement.
Okay, I will go inside.
You walk inside, and yeah, the friar is sitting next to a roaring fire, and he sees you walk in and stands up.
I draw my sword.
He smiles like, "Ah, I
You
see."
know what you did, you fiend.
And yeah, he drops his right hand down, and as he does, a long flaming whip kind of rolls itself out of nowhere, and he takes it in hand. And let's roll
I
some
draw
initiative.
my small sword.
Go for
For
it, Bart.
God
Go.
and country.
Should I
The
roll
the brave little navigator.
Yeah, roll initiative if you would.
Go for it,
We'll
man.
do side initiative. So
Okay, I roll a. Let me check if I have a bonus. Yeah, I roll a 5.
5. Okay, you will go first. So yeah, you're basically going to close on him in the time it takes him to get the whip, kind of up to lash with anyway. So
Okay, I roll a 15 plus 1 plus 3, so 19.
that hits. Give me some damage.
Nice, nice. How much is this working? I don't remember it. 1 plus 1. So damage roll.
7.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, that's a pretty solid hit on him. He doesn't look thrilled. Rainwater draws his blade, and his blade is kind of weird. It looks like the blade is made out of some clear substance. And yeah, he takes a swipe at the guy as well, and fails to connect. Lord Admiral.
I was out for. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, because I was out for a few moments and I didn't listen to what happened.
Oh no.
Killing the player.
You
They're
killed the guy?
they're hugging it
Okay.
out. They're hugging it
Okay.
out. All right, Lord Admiral.
All right, it's time
Strike
for me
hard,
to.
strike swift.
By St. George! And let's see what happens. Hopefully, I will not kill myself.
You know, that's
swinging
super
away.
appropriate considering he's technically a dragon, I guess.
Yeah, dragon.
There
yeah,
you
for
go.
sure.
There you go. Exactly. See, I know what I'm doing here. Let me find my die. I dropped it. Hold on. I'm not going to go back there to get it. Give me a second. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think a 6 misses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God.
sadly.
This is the pig all over again. You
Yeah,
see me impressively wave my sword around and manage to connect with nothing.
You've got a young and vivacious Martian warrior who's very well trained, who also whiffed a bit.
Vivacious?
Maybe that's not what's vital.
Maybe
Yeah.
you meant vital, but vivacious
Yeah,
might change how we want
vivacious,
this combat to go. I'm just
I
saying.
mean, he's got long dark hair.
Well,
Oh,
I don't think that's the Admiral's type. Now, that
So,
might be the Pope's type, but not the Admiral's type.
he's an English sailor, so don't
Yeah.
jump to the conclusion. Okay. So, what is your defense, Pero?
My defense is 14. Well, not 14 now because I'm not wearing armor, so it's 11.
11?
Yeah.
Okay, so he hits you for 3 points of damage.
Motherfucker.
And yeah, he gets the whip up and yeah, gives you a passing lash on your off arm. You think he was trying to whip your sword out of your hand, but he didn't actually think to roll a maneuver.
use the power of love and friendship to defeat him.
Bad GM. I forgot to do a disarm maneuver. So we are back to the top. So, Pero,
I rolled a 17.
that hits.
Okay. The damage is 2. Not impressed.
Okay. Not impressive, but it's a hit. And let's see. Rainwater is still out of position. Yeah, he's yeah. Basically, you're competing for squaring off with this guy, and he's not going to get in your way to hurt him. So yeah, that's my excuse for why he doesn't hit. Lord Admiral, give me a
Let's
roll,
try.
and then feel free to excuse why you don't hit.
Yes, I know.
And if you do, we'll celebrate.
Yay! I didn't miss this time.
Yay! Fireworks.
Let's see. Oh my lord! I rolled a 20. It's a natural 20.
Okay.
So let's see. How much damage does a rapier do? D6 or D8?
1d6.
I just took it for granted he'd never hit anything, so I didn't bother to write it down.
Oh,
1d6 plus 1.
Alrighty. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Kill him.
Oh my gosh, I maxed on that too. He did 7 points of damage.
okay. So
you see me stumble slightly, and then the blade goes into the guy.
you stumble slightly and then just jerk it through his heart. And yeah, if he starts for a moment. The whip, turns into a smoke wisp, and yeah, he falls backward towards the fire, and you see a hand reach out to grab for him, and then seeing that that he's lifeless and no more, the hand retreats and refuses to claim him.
Oh, okay. So he had an out as long as he can stay away from us. Nice, interesting.
And yeah, he falls kind of lifelessly and surprised against the fireplace, and kind of with his last breath or so, as he bleeds out, he just sort of stares at you.
I was killed by an Englishman.
That's why they didn't want him. It's like, oh
There
man,
were
you're a loser.
hundreds of Portuguese warriors here, and I had to take a kill blow for
You had to get killed by a stumbling English navigator.
I got killed by Jonathan Hurt playing yet another. So yeah, he is upon the floor. The guards, hearing the clash of arms, have come in to back you guys up and see what has gone on.
The fiend
My
apparently is
My
dead.
lord, we're going to need to report something. What should we say?
This is a devil servant, not the prior. He killed the Vatican's envoy.
Very well. I will report that. Would you mind coming with us to the lieutenant?
Of course.
And then he looks at the other guy like, secure the room, get the other two, close the doors up, put out that fire. And the guy's like, very well, sir. And yeah, they march you to the lieutenant, and as soon as they're like, hey, these guys, off the fryer or whatever, and then the lieutenant's like, as you were, gentlemen, please back to your posts, secure the area. People will be along to relieve you soon. And he's like, give me the story, and he listens. And it's like, well, you did what you had to do.
Yeah. The friar was not the friar.
You didn't start the fryer. It was always there's just too many fryer jokes, aren't there?
Yeah.
Okay, so the rest of you guys get back from your foray, and yeah, to learning. There's a lot of activity going on inside the palace.
Oh, what happened? What happened?
Guard says, your compatriots are, in the antechamber. They'll probably be the best to tell you, if you'll excuse me,
Okay.
sir. And he rushes off to
Okay.
whatever he's
So
he's about.
yeah. So I'll go and meet them. What happened? What's all the commotion?
Well, the friar was not the friar, and
Yes. And I take out the piece of vein or blood. Yeah. He somehow turned the friar's blood into stone.
you won't do that again. He's no more.
Oh, you arrested him?
No, no, we've killed him. Oh, actually, the Lord Admiral has killed him.
I look at the armor. What you did? What you managed to use your sword?
I
Oh, oh boy,
I
we're
can
gonna go from one duel to another. This is great.
I can only imagine that my sword master from my boyhood would be tremendously pleased.
If he was alive.
Um, I have, like all men of my class, received training in the blade, though I have tended to take up the astrolabe more. But I am pleased to eliminate this dangerous enemy to the good king of Portugal.
Oh, good job. So, but what did he say when you confronted him?
Well, he was expecting us in a way. He knew immediately that we have understood that he was a fake.
Hmm. But did you search him for any clues about
No, I'm
who?
a nobleman. I just try to kill people, and sometimes I do. And this time I
I
didn't.
can tell you, my Lord Viceroy, a hand reached out of the fire as if to rescue him, but of course he was already dead, and so it withdrew.
Hmm.
Clearly, he was an agent of a nefarious power.
Yes, the mask.
Alas, that the heavens, with their tremendous logic and wondrous regularity, should be stained by such wickedness. Did not the ancients tell us that the crystal spheres were proof of the perfection of the heavens? Dear me.
Yeah, but well, give me a moment. I'll just try to go back to the friar's room to
Hmm.
see if I can find anything on him or at least in his belongings to make some kind of connection to whom he was working with
Okay.
too. Or
Chum will go along with you.
yeah, let's try and find some evidence, real evidence.
Okay. Chum tells you, like, if a hand grabbed for him, like if there was some pulling him away or something like that, that couldn't have been done over a great distance. Like
Oh,
that
so
that had to have been done within maybe a few hundred miles at the most,
so there's another agent near.
very possibly.
Hmm. Is it possible to backtrace the other hand?
Uh, Possibly, I don't know. Let's work on it, maybe. Uh,
Okay, let's
so
go.
yeah, you go to the room,
Hmm.
and yeah, basically there's a dead dude there. The guards are willing to let you in. Um, yeah, he just looks kind of surprised, more than anything. Um,
I'll search his body.
okay, you've got his crucifix. He's got a little pouch, a little belt pouch with some. Um, well, he wouldn't have that on him, but yeah, in his room you'll find the belt pouch that has his stuff with him, his traveling pouch, and yeah, you find he's got all sorts of like crystals and little coins with strange alchemical symbols on them and things like that, and Chime kind of helps you sort them out, and he's like, yeah, whoever he is, he knows his stuff, but it's very crude. It's very workmanly, but there's no artistry to it. I don't think that they're in direct contact with the Martians. Whoever did this, like the Martians have craft in what they do, and this seems crude even for them.
Hmm. So, do you think there's another force working here?
Possibly, but before we lose the chance, let's try your idea.
Yeah.
And yeah, the two of you kind of look at the ashes and yeah, roll me an occult.
Hmm.
And if you want to use your perk for this,
Okay.
it might be a good idea.
Okay. So let's see.
And if you
Uh,
do, then you tell me. You tell me what kind of thing you're making to.
so I'm making I'm making I'll use the substance that I removed from our encounter with the boar
Mm-hmm.
to
Oh, the
make
charcoal.
yeah, the charcoal, to make some kind of flame, or to reignite the fireplace, so that it is possible to, through flames, I don't know, try to sense a position or a general location from where the other hand extended.
Okay. You like put together some stuff, and you and Chime are kind of comparing notes as you're going through what you're thinking, and he's like, oh yeah, that makes sense, and and yeah, you guys get a little bit of rosin
Hmm.
built up, and it it kind of feels for a moment like it's like a little bit of tar, but it feels like a magnet
Hmm.
for a moment, and then yeah, you've got it in the ashes, and you feel it charging up, and yeah, at a moment, all the flames in the room from the lanterns and everything kind of surge for a moment, and all the candles blow in one direction, and you see this thing turn and point like a compass in a certain direction, the same direction all the flames in the room were pointing.
Hmm. So I know
And
more.
it is towards the shore.
Okay. So probably there's someone in a boat or in a house near the shore that is
Yep.
well, is
You
someone that is aiding him.
okay? You go to the balcony to
Yes, yes, to see
okay.
more.
And you're a sea person, right? You're a person of the sea. I'm not going to use the other word
Okay.
because people will make fun of you. So you probably have a spyglass on you.
Yeah, yes, I have.
So yeah, roll me.
Occult?
No,
Or
no, you're looking for something. So investigate or
investigation? Okay, investigation. Okay. 15 plus 18 total.
okay. Yes, there is one ship. There's one ship off the shore. Uh, just sort of hanging out over there that has it's offshore, but it has its sails reefed so
Hmm.
that's in station keeping mode, so to speak. So
Yeah.
it's probably got anchor down and such, but you can see people, swiftly moving to furl the sails, and you
Oh,
think they're moving to weigh anchor as well, and get out of Dodge.
do I notice any kind of it's pavilion, a flag?
Yes, yes, you do. It is, unsurprisingly, a Spanish flag.
Of course,
Oh, Spanish!
fucking Spaniards.
So I'll run quickly. Let's go quickly, and I run quickly towards where they were. I
The
don't
gun
know.
batteries.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Men, men of Portugal, take up arms.
I'll go and try to and go meet them.
This will be the greatest moment since whatever it was throwing rocks at the Portuguese police with my. All right, yeah, you move out to kind of get closer to it and rouse people. Is that the
Yeah,
or
yeah,
what? Yeah,
yeah. I'm going to say that there is a Spanish ship near the shore, and they are trying to move out, but they were the ones that were working with the
okay.
false friar.
Well, yeah, once you start getting this around the guards, this is what they live for. Yeah, they start,
The
you know,
Spanish,
they
the
start
Spanish.
signaling to each other and that sort of thing. And yeah, yep, they begin preparations and pass along messages, and yeah, the whole place is now lighting up, and yeah, they're getting message to the fort batteries and that sort of thing, and all of that takes a little bit of time to do. So what are you doing in the meantime while they're gearing up?
Well, I think we should inform the king of this.
Okay. And you're sure the guards are also taking care of that, but yeah, you,
Oh, okay,
you
okay.
can put
That's
your personal touch on it and convey more information than they know, probably. So,
yeah. I'll just tell that the Spanish are in some way. There is a Spanish ship near the shore,
okay,
and they were working with conjunction. Well, perhaps the Spanish know about this encounter and they want to get ahead of the game.
okay, yeah. This kind of goes through the jungle drums. You guys are now hearing the guards, throughout the palace saying that there's a Spanish ship off the shore, and that everybody's gearing up to either blockade this bad boy or fire on it. Um,
Pero, it's the Spanish. It's the Spanish. They are Spanish.
hey guys, that's my cousin. I'm trying to make time with Queen Princess Isabella.
So
Yeah, so yeah, you come down to speak to the king. Your pals are here as well. Uh, who all's going in to speak to the king?
I'll go along
Oliver?
with you guys.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah, you get there. The major domo is like, His Majesty's expecting you. Opens the door, announces you guys. You get the short version.
yeah, yeah.
You get the amended. Hey, here they are. And yeah, the king is already out looking. Looking through his spyglass with some guards like hovering around him, like they're getting ready to throw themselves in front of a cannonball, if that's what it takes, right? They're like, "Your Majesty, get inside. We'll draw a picture." He's like, "No, I must see it myself."
We'll draw a picture.
And so yeah, they're fussing over him, and he's looking out to see what's going on, and he's like, this is treachery.
Yes, the Spanish know about this also.
He considers that, like, but that means that the Spanish also knew to be here.
Yeah, probably there are more Spanish spies.
The Spanish spies are, in this case, better informed than mine were. My spies didn't tell me that you were going to be arriving at this palace. This is very interesting indeed, and concerning.
Yeah.
Have your friends, have the visitors meet us. It's perhaps time to push the timeline up.
So I'm going to get the
Yeah, he
mission.
marches out there with you, and like ministers and guards and like everybody is just trying to cut a path and
Yeah.
figure out and whenever you see a monarch walk, there's always like an entourage, but this one is like scrambling to kind of keep up, and worried about what's going
Yeah,
on, and that they're imagining Spanish, invisible Spanish driving from the tops of
yeah. In the
balconies.
shadows, there's Spanish in the shadows. Inside, yeah, the Spanish inside the bottle wines.
So yeah, he marches up to Rainwater, and he does a quick bow, like, Your Majesty, and he's like, your queen has uh, offer you to my pleasure, but it is time for you to return to her. Uh, these tributes, are they anything that you need present to me formally? And he's like, well, they are mostly treasures, Your Majesty. Things from our culture that we sought to give you, to show you the kind of people we are. He's like, this evening has shown me the kind of people that you are, and the kind of people that are here. And I think it is best that we get you away from them before further treachery uh, mars this occasion. Uh, and he's like, you totally understand, Your Majesty. He's like, what would you need from us in order to make the best attempt to return to beyond the firmament? He's like, oh well, the charger is an aether spirit that is the Grand Charger is an aether spirit that is awaiting us just outside the firmament. When we call to him, he will come and try to drag us back up out of the and he he won't use this term, but like the pull of gravity,
Hmm.
to pull away from the inevitable pull of sin, and we will head aloft. He will require various sustenances to keep him in this place, and well, Your Majesty, precious gems, gold, things of that nature are best, but there are other items and things that could be. And he's like, make a list. And you can see that, yeah, Chime's already writing out, some of the things, and he's like, I've put them from the least costly to the most, and he presents it to, the major domo, and the major domo heads it to, the head of the keeper of the keys, and they basically, the whole household, starts trying to assemble
Hmm.
things that will be of use. And a lot of it turns out to be oils and things like that as well. So yeah, he does keep to his word that you're not going to feed him like 30 diamonds and a bar of gold. Um, and yeah, they assemble quite a bit of stuff outside. And meanwhile, His Majesty is like, grab what things you need, and prepare yourselves to launch as soon as possible.
Yes, I'll just go to my room and grab all the things that I need and run outside.
And meanwhile, his ministers are telling him he needs to get out of this palace, and they're going to get him offshore until it's known just how many ships may be out there as part of this operation. And he's like, "Oh, it's got to be just the one, right?" And they're like, no, "We're taking no chances." And so,
Exactly.
they swiftly gather him up, and they kind of Chinese fire drill it, right? They get several coaches equal in dignity, and he is in one of them, and two of them, and they all just sort of go in random directions. And yeah, the guards are not screwing around. You know uh, they try to make the best attempt at keeping him safe they can. And in the meantime, the household gathers things. You guys prep your foot
Gear.
lockers and
Yeah.
such, get them aboard. This is where Thunder comes in handy. He is very keen to run around and carry stuff, so he is helping the major domo and you guys move luggage and load stuff, and that's his thing.
Hmm.
He has the little tendrils on his head, and he can pick up just a whole ton of stuff and
Okay.
just sort of gallop around with it. And so that is what he is doing to help out. And within a half hour or so, you guys have gotten yourselves aboard, and they've gotten a significant amount of stuff. And you know, Chime is like, "Yeah, this is probably our best bet." Um,
And if necessary, I can also try to turn, well, several metals into gold if necessary.
Man, that's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
Have you read the rules to alchemy?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So you, I like how you tried to slip it. Oh, I'm just going to
Yeah.
turn lead into gold as a free
Yeah.
action. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. On the spot. Ah,
So
done.
what you can do is help him with the quintessence ritual.
Yeah. I
So
will
he's
help
like,
him.
we got to summon an aether spirit, and he already knows us, and we already know him. So that's good. That's helpful. But yeah, any additional help, and basically he shows you how it works, and you're starting to grok what they do. It is symbols in relation to each other in space, and then when the energy builds up, they connect to each other like a a
Yeah.
charge going through something. Although again, electricity is only vaguely understood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thunder,
yeah, just
lightning.
a little bit. Thunder, Portuguese guy. Um, so yeah, he's kind of showing you, like the size of them and where they are in relation to each other affects the timing of
Hmm.
which they go off, and so yeah, he's explaining it to you, and yeah, you help him make a whole bunch of these and set them out, and all right, he's made his roll, but roll your occult and yeah,
Intelligence or wits?
whichever is higher.
Okay.
Which is
Intelligence.
what? Which is okay. So yeah, then you're doing it workmanly. If
Uh,
you use wits, it means that you're going a little more seat of the pants and kind of intuitive. Um,
okay. So, okay, it's a -1 with wits, but anyway, I got 17 total with
oh
wits.
wait, but you said intelligence was higher, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay,
use
so
intelligence. Yeah.
okay, 18, 18 in that case.
Okay. All right. So you add to him, and all right. So yeah, you guys do your little thing, and yeah, this big kind of, it looks like a cloud. It looks like a nebula, basically, of purple energy shot through with all these stars inside it, and you see like little shooting stars, and you see planets curving through it. It basically looks like you're looking through an aquarium that holds like stellar gases and movements. It's very hard to pull yourself away from once you see it manifesting. But yeah, he grabs you and like, we need to get inside now. And this thing comes up out of the ground and grips around the stone, which has all these markings and such on it to kind of make it the only physical thing it can touch.
Mm,
Because it's not fully in the world. And once it gets a good enough grip on it, it shoots itself upward. The chain pulls taut, and he slows at that point so he doesn't snap the chain. But as soon as the ship begins rising, he just begins, you know, he puts the pedal to the metal, as it were, and you begin to see the palace dropping away
no.
underneath you as you guys are lifted up. And a few moments of this, and yeah, your legs feel heavy, and yeah, everything feels like it weighs about 4 or 5 times more than it should. And yeah, inside they've already gotten you, to somewhere to ride this out. But yeah, Chime gets you gets you into a bench, and yeah, the two of you are just sort of sitting there while you're watching, where you're watching out the window as everything falls away. And yeah, you see briefly, segments of the earth, being shown down by moonlight, and there's big black clouds covering portions of it, but you can see that it goes out until it reaches basically the edge of this, whatever this curve of creation is. And yeah, you see that, yeah, there's only segments of it that are clearly visible to you, but they do extend out towards India. And you've looked at maps long enough that you know that, like, oh, I'm seeing campfires and stuff from,
Hmm.
like, you know that you're seeing, the known world, so to speak. And then a few moments later, yeah, the whole thing just sort of becomes this blue, you know uh,
Ah,
hard to make out thing as you pass through what you think of as the firmament. And now, yeah, they're just stars everywhere, and the stars look like little pixies kind of dancing around and shining. Some of them are fixed, and some of them are literally like little fireflies out your window, dancing outside. uh,
aliens.
yeah. No, man, every character you have eventually gets to say that, don't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, a few moments later, the hard tug gives way, and now it's a much more gentle pressure, and you can feel now that the the thing is veering away, and now you can only see the Earth from like the starboard windows, so to speak, and because
Look,
there's no beam on this ship.
it's
Uh,
not flat.
it is flat.
Yeah. Okay, it's a disc. Okay.
It is a disc. Yeah, it is a to you right now. It looks like a luminous blue disc, uh, with it sort of looks kind of like clouds over it, but a lot of it you still see underneath that has black clouds that are preventing you from seeing it at all. And yeah, the chime. Once you can get up off the benches, he's like, that's it. That's your home from where we
Oh,
see it.
oh, it's beautiful. I didn't know it was like that.
It's perfectly balanced. It's the culmination of creation. Everything out here is, while very elegant, is a little off kilter. So you'll be more substantive out here, if that makes sense.
How long it will take for us to reach Venus?
We should reach Venus in about 2.5 days, I think. So
Oh, it's
you'll
quite.
have some time.
Yes, I have to get used to all of this.
And yeah, he sort of shows you on a drawing, like, yeah, we should be roughly about here, right? Like, we're out of the firmament, but all of the planets are on different shells that we have to pass through, and so we have to miss them so that we don't hit them. And no one lives on the bottom of them; they live on the top of them. So the part that you see is not where anyone lives.
Hmm.
Yeah, you sort of explain it all to you, and what you gather is that every planet is flat. It's
Okay.
just it's just their planets are flat on the top of a shell that moves around in the sky in order to present a face to you, and which is
Okay.
actually the bottom of their planet.
Okay.
And so yeah, he like, uh, and then everything, the sun is all the way up at the top apparently. So
Does this ship has like those screens on like on board of airliners that says you are here? Tick 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 tick.
no, no, but you know that in the bridge section they do have charts and things that are equivalent to sextants and astrolabes and stuff where they can basically turn, and by using the angles of the things they point at, they can figure out where in the whole mix of things they are.
Oh, this is more the area of Lord Admiral Jeff.
Yep, the Lord Admiral can certainly appreciate the mathematics of this.
And indeed he does. But guys, I've got to drop offline, alas.
Yeah, it's midnight. So.
Oh yeah, it's that time. So yeah, we will now that we legitimately have some Portuguese in space, we will end there and prepare for episode 3, Death in Space.
Death.
Okay.
Death in space to a horrible tragedy that can't be stopped.
Okay.
It's a way long title. I'm going to shorten it somehow.
Have a good night, guys.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Bye bye. Have a good
Bye,
night.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye, guys.